It's only blackness, the absence of light. These are the eyes of a psychopath.
Hello, and welcome back to James the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible. DSP is old. Alright, he's 39 going on 40. He's not that old. But if you listen to him, he's 69 going on 70. Just listen.
Yesterday, I wake up in the morning.
Good for you.
And my neck is sore. And I'm like, oh man, it must have been another one of these nights when I slept weird on my neck. Now, you remember a few weeks ago I told you guys I had pretty bad upper back pain. I guess what had happened was, again, I was sleeping in a weird position and
Or you're out of shape because you don't do any fucking exercise ever.
I either pinched or depressed a disc in my neck, and I woke up with shooting pain and numbness in my upper back, which I've never really had. It made me nervous because, as you guys may or may not know, in the mid-2000s to late 2000s, I had a lot of back pain and back issues. They really didn't resolve themselves mostly until around 2014, 2015, when I moved out here to Washington and I adjusted my lifestyle in a way that I lost weight, but also that I didn't have to really strain my back physically anymore to do anything. But I had severely
You mean you sit around and do absolutely
bad back
fucking
pain,
nothing?
a severely herniated disc in my lower back at one point. And it was bad. You know, doctors told me if I didn't do something to change my lifestyle that I could have it rupture and end up having major problems for the rest.
They would tell you to go to physical therapy. They would tell you to exercise. They would not tell you to literally sit on your ass all day, every day for the rest of your life.
Of my life and might require surgery. So when this back pain started a few weeks ago, I was very nervous about it. I was like, this is not good. You know, what if this is the signs that something else is going wrong with my back? The good news is within like 3-4 days, it was gone. So it must have been, just like I said, a nerve pinch or, you know, sleeping a weird way and twisting my back or wrenching my back, or even, you know, maybe it was a minor thing with my disc, but it wasn't a big deal. So yesterday I wake up in the morning and my neck is sore. I'm like, this is a bad sign. So I start to move around.
Most likely, yeah, he did probably sleep in a weird position. But this happening multiple times a month. DSP, see a doctor. Before you say, I can't fit into my schedule. You make your schedule. You've already said you're going to take night streams off so you can do your quote-unquote taxes. Bullshit. So why can't you take off a night stream to go see a doctor? Why can't you set up an appointment for a month from now and then be like, all right, guys, next week is my doctor's appointment, so I got to take Thursday off because that's when they could fit me in. You make your schedule. How this escapes you, I don't know, but you make your schedule. You can make it anything you want.
Realize something. Uh-oh. Let me tell you a quick story. You guys probably already will know this if you're a longtime fan. About 10 years ago, one morning, I wake up, and this is back when I used to make videos daily in Connecticut. It was my full-time job, and I just was stretching. And I still remember the moment this happened. I was standing in the doorway of my bathroom at my old condo in Connecticut, stretching, and just like moving my neck around and stretching and everything. And all of a sudden, as I'm doing this, I feel sharp, shooting, excruciating pain from my neck all the way down the back of my shoulder, through my shoulder, all the way through the front of my arm, all the way through the forearm into my right thumb. Okay? And it is
and it
like
crippled him for life.
Excruciating. After a little bit, it went away. I had to take a lot of, what do they call NSAIDs, like Tylenol and stuff. But I couldn't feel my right thumb at all.
What
It
is
was
he looking
completely
at?
numb. It was a stupid text that had nothing to do with anything. Yeah.
Bullshit. What was it about? I wonder what he's trying to hide now.
And I was like, this is bad. I wonder what's going to happen. So over the course of about 2 months, the pain would come and go. Sometimes I would get numbness, and my right thumb I literally couldn't feel. I was scheduled to go to a Street Fighter tournament. This was at the very tail end of me going to competitive Street Fighter tournaments. And I went to this tournament to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, back when it was new and popular. And during that tournament, I realized I couldn't play because I used my thumb to hit the buttons. Like, there's actually combos and things where you use the thumb for the launcher. I couldn't feel my thumb. So I'm in the middle of a combo. I'm like, what happened? The button dropped? No, I'm not even hitting the button, but I can't tell because I can't feel my thumb.
This man was crippled from his so-called job because he couldn't feel his thumb.
So I ended up having to forfeit.
And mind you, that was 10 years ago, when he was 29 going on 30. He has fallen apart so poorly. How is there a way to explain it? Like, He's acting like he was 60 10 years ago. He wasn't even 30 10 years ago.
The tournament, it was a complete waste of my time and money because I couldn't play in it. It was bad, and it was scary. And basically at that time, I realized
It was scary because I couldn't press a button during a tournament.
that at any time in my life, I could do something to my neck or my back that could screw me up. Apparently,
29 years old. Do not forget. Him saying this happened 10 years ago means he was 29 years old when he realized, I could fuck myself up. This is like when he says, I was younger, I didn't know any better when I was yelling racial slurs at people. You were in your 20s. You were not a edgy 14-year-old saying, her. I'm going to say this because it's edgy, guys, her. No. You were in your 20s. You were in your late 20s. Not a child.
it's just an issue. Now, over the years, my dad also has had tons of back problems. He used to never have any, and then all of a sudden he started having them badly. So apparently this is a hereditary thing, where his...
No, your dad, unlike you, reached his 60s. Your dad, unlike you, got old. Gee, my dad, when he turned 65, his back started to hurt. That means it's totally normal for me, a man in his late 20s, for my back to hurt. No. Your dad got old. You just got fat and fucking lazy.
His back is bad. My back is bad. It sucks, but at the very same time, thank goodness that my career has allowed me to do something for a living that I don't need to do any kind of strenuous physical activity. You know, in the scope of things, thank God I'm not someone who's doing physical labor, or even to some extent a job.
You don't do anything. You don't work. You play video games.
Where I have to do the same kind of repetitive motion over and over and over every day, where I could be injuring and re-injuring myself constantly. Okay.
Pressing your thumb on a button over and over and over and over again isn't repetitive?
Okay. So that being said, why am I bringing all this up? Yesterday
Because
morning,
you're
on
old.
my day off, I wake up,
Oh, 39.
and my neck is killing me. And I'm like, I wonder what happened. So, long story short, this is my left hand, okay? Everything's great, except that I can't feel the very top of it. Right now, this is numb. Well, it's not fully numb. I guess what I should say is it's number than it should be. Like, if I go like this, I can actually feel the pricking of my beard on it, okay? I can feel, like, heat and cold on it. But for some reason, when I touch it like this, I really don't feel much. It's very numb. And it's only on the top of my hand. It actually doesn't affect my motor function. As you can see, like, I'm still moving it fine. Everything here is fine. It's just on the top of my freaking hand. I can't feel it for right now. Now...
You should probably go see a doctor about that.
Probably means I pinched another nerve or a disc in my neck, and that one signal, right, is screwed up. Shooting that signal to my brain or whatever it is, you know? And I'm like, dude, this is so stupid. Like, probably this is going to be just like my back. This will last 3-4 days, and then the...
Mind you, that is not me. That is him. His chat's still going. He's not.
feeling will come back. Likely what's going to happen is the rest of my life's going to be like this. And there's not much I can do about it because back issues are back issues.
I like that. And on freezes, right into a snort.
Doctor says that too. They're like, yeah, you know, when you have lingering back issues or you have a history of back issues, there's not much you can do besides treat the issue, as opposed to like, you know, what could have caused it? What am I going to do? Sleep in a neck brace every night to make sure I don't twist my neck and accidentally do something? You know what I'm saying? It's really dumb. And it's absolutely hilarious. The people in the stream chat right now, every time I talk about something like this, these people completely out of touch with reality. Go right to the doctor. Go see a doctor. Go for the doctor. You can't. That's not how American healthcare works. Here's what would happen if I wanted to get this checked out. I would have to go into the app for my health insurance. I would have to schedule an appointment to talk with someone through a chat, explain the symptoms. Then they would likely give me a referral to go to an urgent care facility, which you go to, and the people at the urgent care facility don't know shit.
They're doctors. They do no shit.
Literally just take your data and confirm that you have a medical issue. Then if they deem that it's something worthy of actually seeing a doctor for, they'll try to get you into a doctor's office for a specialist. No exaggeration. It takes about 2 months to see a specialist. I know, because 2 years ago, I had a
No, 2 years ago, you pretended to have an ear infection. Fuck off.
series of ear infections, and it took me a month to get the appointment with the urgent care guy, and then after that, I couldn't even schedule the appointment with the urgent care specialist, the ear care specialist, because the appointments were so booked, and by the time that I got the appointment, the ear infections were gone. That's American healthcare. I'm not kidding. It sucks ass that badly. So hilarious that some people think that's how it works. Oh, you can just go right to the doctor. On what planet exactly? Maybe if I lived in another country where there was more socialized healthcare, everyone got it for free. Even then, I've heard those are terrible, that you have to make an
Yes, you still have to make an appointment. A DSP. You can go to urgent care. You can go to emergency room. If it was that drastic, you could go to those. If not, you just said you got to get on your app. They set up a doctor's appointment through a video call. Then do that, and if the guy's like, okay, it's probably this, you should be fine. All right, then you're fine. Because, all right, get to an urgent care, having them check this and this, then you go do that. Like you just said how you're supposed to do it. You can do it from home. It's not even like 10 years ago when, all right, I have to go see a doctor. I have to get in the car, I have to drive there, or if it's severe enough like a heart attack or something, got to get an ambulance, take it to the hospital. No. You literally just said, you get on the app, they set up a video call with a doctor, and then they decide if you need to go see urgent care or not. The fuck? And again, oh, you take 2 months to go see a specialist. If it's not something drastic, yeah, probably will take 2 months. But if it's something drastic, if it's something urgent, they can get you in right away.
appointment, you wait months and months and months. So by the time that likely I would get in for numbness on the top of my hand, the issue would be completely gone. You know? Here's the deal. If this continues to happen, I will definitely see a doctor.
No, you won't. You'll still just sit on stream and bitch about it.
Obviously, it's a little bit, how can I say? It makes you a little bit nervous when I know I have a history of back issues. My dad has a history of back issues. And it seems like this is something that's happening now more frequently. And what am I supposed to do about it? I can't.
Work out, get in good shape, get in better shape, diet, lay off the sauce. I mean, holy shit, DSP. The amount of booze you drink. We've seen the total wine leaks. We know how much booze you're ordering. You are literally ordering gallons of booze a week. Every week. It's not like, oh yeah, the first week of the month, I order, a month's worth of booze and drink that for the month. No. Every week, it's $200 plus on total wine. You're an alcoholic. Get off the sauce.
Can't control how I move in my sleep. I don't even know what's happening in my sleep to cause it. You know what I'm saying? It's very annoying. And absolutely, people are saying, well, it could get worse. You're right. So if I continue to see this as an ongoing pattern or something, then I'm probably going to have to see a doctor. But even then, again, I know the history of American healthcare. Likely, that until there's a major issue, the doctor won't be able to do shit. Hell, when I had my major back issue about over 10 years ago, I had to go to the doctor 3 times and convince the doctor that I wasn't, like, making it up, that I was actually in excruciating pain.
Because a lot of people will make it up so they can get pain medication. It's called an addiction. Something you should know all about with your gambling addiction, gacha addiction, gin addiction.
Before he would schedule me to get an MRI, and then in the MRI he goes, oh shit, your disc is about to explode. Well, yeah, doc, that's why
I highly doubt he said that. There's not a chance a professional doctor went, holy shit, your disc is about to explode. Also, if it was that bad, they would have gotten you into surgery. You've never had surgery. You wouldn't even go to physical therapy. If it was so bad, they would have done surgery right then and there. If it wasn't that bad, they would have said, hey, do physical therapy for 3 months, then come back and see how it is. You did neither. You're lying sack of shit.
fucking came to see you 3 fucking times to tell you that my back hurt, and you didn't believe me. You think I'm like making it up because I'm fat. I was fat back then or something. Like, he was an asshole. And not to say that every
No, he's probably dealt with a lot of drug addicts going, my back hurts, give me this much pain medicine.
doctor's like that, but that's basically American healthcare. It's like you have to actually beg to get help. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of jumping through hoops for no fucking good reason. I don't understand why it's like that. It's just not easy to get the help you need, especially if you don't exactly know what's going on with you. All right? When I went to the doctor in 2015 because my foot had swollen up and I was in excruciating...
Gout! Not the gout. Sorry, guys. I'm a little too excited for that.
Pain, okay? So I go to the doctor, and the doctor asks me, so what do you think it is?
Very valid. Because what if you have a family history of something? What if you have a family history of skin cancer? And you show like, hey, there's this thing on my arm. All right, well, what do you think it is? Well, my family has a history of this type of skin cancer. Could it be that? Very valid question to ask. What do you think it is? Because again, you know your body. You know, probably, your family medical history better than some random doctor in Seattle that's never met you before. Or that, no, it was 10 years ago, so you would have been in Connecticut. So, some random doctor isn't going to know your family medical history better than you. So them going, all right, well, what do you think it is? Then you tell them, oh, my family has history of this, my family has history of that, or I was at work and I slipped and fell, hit my ankle against this. 2 days later, my foot swells up. All right, well, what do you think it is? Well, I think it might be when I slipped and fell and hit my ankle. Oh, when was that? 2 days ago. Okay, well, slip and fall and hitting your ankle, it could have caused a pinch here that got worse over the next 2 days, so it could be that. We're going to take you in for an x-ray or an MRI or whatever. You know your body better than he is. You know if you were at work, you slipped, you fell, you hit your ankle 2 days ago, and then 2 days later, your foot swells up. Now, yes, it was gout. But again, it could have been a situation of that. You slipped and fell and your foot swelled up. You got stung by a bee 2 days ago, and 2 days later, then it swells up. Like, oh, well, did you pull the stinger out? I think I did, but maybe a little bit got stuck in there and now got infected. Maybe you stepped on something like a nail and, oh, your last tetanus shot. Well, oh, you stepped on a nail, you said? Yeah? And then 2 days later, your foot does that? Well, it shows here your last tetanus shot was 12 years ago. You might need to get a booster on that, but till then, we're going to have to do this. That's why they would ask you, what do you think it is? Because you're going to know if you stepped on a nail, got stung by a bee, slipped and fell and hit your ankle on something, so forth, or drop something on your foot.
I came to see you to pay you to tell me what this is. The doctor literally asked me, what do you think it is? And I said, well, you know, judging by the symptoms, judging by what I found online, I think it's probably gout. To which the doctor looks and goes, yeah, I think that's probably what it is, but let's run some tests and, you know, we'll confirm it. But yeah, I think so. Like, I'm not even kidding. American healthcare, where the doctor asks you what's wrong with you. Gee, thanks, morons. You know, like, what the fuck? So anyway, that being said, no, I'm not going to the doctor right now, all right?
He doesn't have the time, he doesn't have the money. Fucker didn't have $198 to spend on his sewer bill. What makes you think he's going to spend money on his health? I'm pretty sure he doesn't care because his retirement plan is dropping dead. Honest to God, I swear his retirement plan is dropping dead. He's like, oh, 50 years old? That's 6 years from now. I'll be dead before then. Just can't tell any of my deadhead fans that, because then maybe they'll hold back money. Anyways, so yes, I refuse to spend money on anything but WWE Champions and gin. Oh, I can't go to a doctor. They're going to ask me what I think it is. Because again, what if you had recently slipped and fell down the stairs like Leanna did, and then you completely ignored her? You go to the doctor, and he's, well, what do you think it is? Like, well, I slipped and fell down the stairs this morning. Oh, well, that could be it. You could have cracked something. We need to take you in for an x-ray. Or, 6 months ago, I had this pain, and 3 months ago I had that pain, and then it just keeps getting worse, it keeps getting more often. Okay, well, when does it happen? Well, I go to bed, I feel fine, I wake up and I hurt. Or what kind of bed are you sleeping on? I'm sleeping on a extra firm mattress. Well, have you tried this kind of mattress? Have you tried lay down on a hardwood floor for 10 minutes and see if it helps your back? Like, there's a billion different things that could be an issue. They don't know that, so they ask you, what do you think it is? Because you're going to be able to tell him that you slipped and fell down the stairs. You're going to be able to tell him that you slipped and fell on the ice during the last snowstorm. You're going to be able to tell them that, you know, it only happens when I wake up from bed. Well, what kind of mattress are you sleeping on? How many pillows are you using? What kind of pillows are you using? DSP. The world does not revolve around you. Literally every doctor in the world does not know your medical history. So you're going to have to tell them what's going on. You're going to have to tell them your medical history. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.